Armenian American artist Arshail Gorky has rightly said, drawing is the basis of art. A bad painter cannot draw, but one who draws can always paint. This implies justifies the significance of a good drawing of a sketch. As the model is placed in half running step with right hand raised above his head as if stopping or opposing something, while his left hand hangs loosely by his side adjunct to his left hip. This is a difficult pose, and I have to sketch it quickly. This time, too, swiftly capture the key lines of the model in precise and well measured strokes. As we have seen, the model changes his poses slightly as he gets tired and wishes to relax. The importance of sketching the model can be gauged from the fact that this time while sketching, slightly airs in accommodating the right foot as it is placed near the margin of the sheet. After completion of the basic sketch in pencil, now use the charcoal stick to give final touches, starting from the hairline. Darken the area in shadow that gives roundness to the body shape. And quickly darken the shorts worn by the model. Observe the muscles, joints of the legs and add more detail as visible. After this process, define the outline of the shorts and legs. All the time keeping in mind the depiction of correct shadows and the right action. Work on the face and draw the eyes, nose, and lips, and also add more details of the hair of the model. Indicate chest and ribs in softer tones. Then darken the shorts on the right leg so that it may give a receding effect. Then add some strokes to depict shadow behind his left feet to give the model a base or stability. On the same drawing sheet, change the posture of the model. This time the model is placed in a position that his body is resting on right bent knee and the left arm is lifted in a rectangular shape and his left thigh is bent at the knee and foot is firmly placed on the ground. Here this also forms a rectangular shape. It is an interesting artistic pose suitable for a dramatic composition. This posture is also difficult one to sustain for the model for a long time and keenly observe the model in order to draw the correct angles and key lines of the model in quick strokes to consolidate the correct posture. The model relaxes himself a bit and changes his pose slightly. He quickly rests after a bit relaxation. The key point here is that the left shoulder and the hand has been placed in a tilted upward position, and the right shoulder and the arm has been placed in a reclining movement. The face is looking towards the left hand. To capture this pose, I have to note down the main lines of the limbs, head, shoulders, chest, and ribs quickly before the model changes his position slightly. Time and again, Pay attention to the placement of knees of both the legs and the gap between the thighs. Draw the shoulders, knees, and the right foot slightly visible, which is folded behind the thigh. And correctly places the left foot jutting out. Now I am drawing the raised left arm and the hand pointing out, that fingers and the thumb as visible. This procedure is very useful for the artists and the art students to sketch the model in quick strokes and then add details and dark tones as required using charcoal stick. I am attending the hairstyle of the model. After defining the eye, nose, and the lips, observe the dark shadows falling on the body parts and use the charcoal stick to depict them. This adds a new dimension to the sketch and gives roundness and solidifies the structure and also facilitate in defining the muscles, ribs, and joints. By drawing a few lines, define the base of the model and then proceed on to give definite shape to the fingers of the raised left hand of the model. Step by step, observe and try to capture the eyes, nose, lips, and jawline. combine the use of charcoal and pencil, which helps in obtaining fine details and shadows falling on the live model. Now capture the details of the shots worn by the model and add the correct pose in quick stroke. Darken the parts which find on the model. Observing and then applying quick pencil strokes give roundness to the thighs and legs. In such exercises, the skill of the artist and his keen observation plays a great part. Knowledge of different contours of the body and muscles, bones and joints helps in to depict them in a perfect realistic manner. Each stroke by the artist gives life to the sketch. Fine tuning of the fingers and indication of hair on the legs gives more likeness and resemblance of the sketch of the model. On other drawing sheet, demonstrate the method of drawing the human figure in movement or in various action postures by employing a stick drawing or key lines drawing method, where key lines are observed and drawn initially without giving details of the body mass, bones, muscles to show the movement of the limbs and joints. Repeat the exercise by sketching another posture in similar fashion using barely the main line. And showing basic joints like pelvis, neck, spine, hip joint, knee, ankles, feel, elbows, shoulder joints, and ribs. This way, it is easy for an artist to depict a certain posture in quick strokes by drawing the basic main lines. Thereafter, fill the form of the model by adding the volume of the chest, rib cage, belly, and the pelvis area down to thighs, lower leg, and foot. Use the already drawn main lines as guidelines and take these lines as the bones. Then darken the sketch to indicate solidity and add new realistic dimensions. Thereupon, I keep on giving final outlines to limbs. and add the main facial features, drawing the hair, ear, and the jawline. Sharply define the outline of the figure and keep on drawing the sketch by giving shape to muscles and details to the feet and hands. Now attempt the same procedure with the second sketch I have drawn earlier and start drawing the complete figure on the basis of the already drawn guidelines. Keep on adding details and darkens the final contours of the sketch of human figure. Using imagination and skills, complete the hairline and give soft touches to indicate bones and joints. On the next drawing sheet, try another sketch using the same method for a different pose. complete the main basic lines which form the main structure of the human body. Keep on drawing another sketch in a different posture, again keeping in mind the key lines of bones and joints. As done previously, sketch the human figure using these basic lines as key lines and start to fill the volume of the body by drawing chest, waist, hips, thighs, and legs. Then proceed on to repeat the same process in the next sketch in a similar manner. Add details on the face, neck, shoulders, chest, rib cage, waist, hips, thighs, and lower legs. Similarly, add flesh and muscles to the arms based around the key lines. As the figure is moving towards completion, keep on adding details of the muscles and bones by darkening the body parts to depict three-dimensional effect. The body comes alive in a particular pose. Add more details on knees, lower legs. Thighs and darken the shadow areas as they would appear on the body. This is achieved with lots of observation and practice by the artist. Repeated exercises would bear the fruit.